So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with yet another challenge. I've been having an absolute blast doing these videos recently, and today we have the International Rebuild Challenge. Before I explain how this one works, I'm sure many of you can figure it out, but I want to give a really big thank you to Thea Go Arthur 2661. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of your username, and for that I apologize. I'm terrible with names. You all know that, but this was his video idea, his suggestion. It is one I've done in the past, but really big thank you to you, man, for suggesting that I do this one today. The way this works is rather simple. We're going to go ahead and do a fantasy draft. I have no idea what pick I'm going to get, obviously. And every single player in my 9 or 10 man rotation must be an internationally born player, just outside of the US, basically. And in order to kind of win this challenge, we have to win a championship. I'm super excited for this one today. It's definitely going to have me going to Google a lot to make sure these guys that I'm going ahead and using are not actually from the United States, or at least born in the US. But this is also a super fun challenge. We're going to be able to hopefully go ahead and get some players we don't always get, mix it up a little bit. Really big thank you to all of you guys who have been suggesting videos lately. I love all the ideas you guys have commented. Keep commenting them down below. I really do appreciate it, as we're in a very weird time right now, because obviously there's not a lot of rumors we can rebuild with right now, because again, we're in the middle of the NBA season. You know, we're not near the draft or free agency yet, so really kind of a slow peak right now, but very excited for what the future holds. And of course, big thank you to all you guys for your video ideas. So let's get into this one. So with a fantasy draft rebuild, we're not going to know what pick we have. We're not going to know who we're actually going to be able to select. So the one kind of, I don't want to say annoying part about this, because it's definitely not annoying, it's actually really good for basketball, is the fact that so many of the best players in the league are like international. So if I don't get a super high pick, this gets significantly more challenging, but of course, it is definitely part of the challenge today. So eyes are shut. Of course, we're going to randomly select a team. Don't want anybody to think I'm cheating. And we'll stop right about now. And we're going to end up with the Atlanta Hawks today, and hopefully have a high pick, because I really want... That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, there's nothing else you can say about that. That's absolutely insane. We end up with the first overall pick, and we are going to have our choice of whoever we want in the NBA. Oh man, I know typically the way these fantasy drafts go, you know, when I obviously don't have the first overall pick, that Luka's pretty much always the consensus number one, and he'd be fantastic today. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm basically debating between 3 players right now, and it's the top 3 players you see on your screen. Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Luka Doncic are all very viable options for me today. I don't know. It's not like I regularly am able to get any of them. I have to go Jokic, don't I? Highest overall player in the game. He's the best player in the world right now, in my opinion. Not to say Giannis or Luka wouldn't be fantastic additions, but it's just not every day I'm especially able to get Nikola Jokic. So he's going to be my guy. I'm taking him number 1 overall. I don't think it's a mistake. You can't really go wrong with a player of his caliber. So super excited to have him here today. We're obviously going to make one more pick. It's going to be the last pick of round 2. And yeah, at this point, we just got to decide. So Gobert obviously would have been a fantastic international option, but we do not need a center at this point in time. Same thing can be said about Nikola Vucevic. I believe OG Anunoby he's technically international, right? This is where the problem's going to come up, is that my dumbass doesn't know everybody where they were born. So I'm going to have to look into that for some of these guys, but I'm absolutely almost positive that OG Anunoby would technically qualify. So he's going to be my pick. And then, yeah, I'm just going to see you guys after the draft, because this is going to take way too much time for me looking up guys. So OG Anunoby, welcome to the team. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this roster. I went ahead and actually made about 5 or 6 more draft picks after I showed you guys the most recent one. And this team is definitely going to be very interesting. So obviously you saw me take Nikola Jokic. You saw me take OG Anunoby. I went ahead and drafted Jonathan Kuminga. I drafted both the Bogdanoviches, Dennis Schroeder, Dylan Brooks, Mo Wagner. I did not take Monte Morris or Victor Oladipo or JaMychal Green Rivers. I did take Ousmane Dieng. But that is about it. So we have to find a way to somehow solidify the rest of this rotation. We have to find ourselves a new backup point guard. I believe we're going to have to find ourselves... Actually, is Oladipo international? This is where I always lose it, dude, because it's so tricky to figure these things out. Of course, I will go ahead and kind of confirm everything before I actually go ahead and set the rotation. But for now, I think we have a really good starting point right now, a good foundation, if you will, here with this Atlanta Hawks team that we've gone ahead and drafted. So we definitely have some trades coming. Our first trade of this video is going to go ahead and allow us to pick up a really solid backup shooting guard option. It's going to be Andrew Nembhard, who's currently with the San Antonio Spurs. He was born in Canada. We're also getting Darius Bazley in this deal. Ousmane Dieng would have been a nice international piece to kind of keep long term throughout this video maybe could have developed, but for year one, we're trying to be competitive. We're getting a nice upgrade here at that backup shooting guard spot. So super excited to have Andrew Nembhard here. He's on a 2-year contract, and that's a really good start. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is Canadian, which is absolutely fantastic news for me today. He'd come in here, take over at one of the backup guard spots, whether it's him or Nembhard at the shooting guard. Wouldn't be the biggest deal in the world. Darius Baisley's contract matches up nice with his, and let's just see if we can make some sort of deal here. I mean, Monte Morris is here. The money's probably too much. Austin Rivers, okay, that's all it took. That's surprising. I believe at this point we should have a nice 10-man rotation. Let me just see. Nembhard goes down 1. Alexander Walker goes down 2. So Nembhard going to the point guard spot. I'm not going to hang on to the American players that we do have just to trade them this offseason. Feels a little kind of shady with the move. That's a possibility. So really just kind of talking about Morris. So anybody want to give me any sort of draft pick for Monte Morris, who again would have been a nice piece to have if he wasn't an American-born player. So let's just see our options here. Wow, thank you very much, Charlotte Hornets. I'm surprised they're giving me that draft pick. It's probably not actually 3 stars. They're probably much better. It's just 3 stars because they actually do suck in real life. So, yeah, I think that is 10 international players that are all going to be in this rotation. I don't know if I can get anything for, like, JaMychal Green, but I'd be more than willing to kind of look at options here, but it doesn't appear that this is going to be the case. All right, let's set the rotation. We're ready to go for our first season here in Atlanta. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We haven't even kicked off the first season, and this has to be the longest I've been recording before that's actually been the case. I've been recording now for 25 minutes. I don't know how much footage I've actually showed you, but this is an all-time long video for me anyways. Dennis Schroeder, Bogdan Bogdanovic, got OG Anunoby here, Jonathan Kuminga, Nikola Jokic rounding out our starting 5. Bojan Bogdanovic going to be my 6th man off the bench. Got Dylan Brooks behind him, Mo Wagner, Andrew Nembhard, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So a really good starting point for year one here in Atlanta. Again, I didn't mean for this team to be so good immediately right off the rip, but yeah, that's kind of what happens in fantasy drafts. Things tend to even out a little bit. So super excited for this team. Could win it all year one. We'll find out. I'll see you guys at the end of the first season. I think 2K is trolling me. We used the Atlanta Hawks and we ended up being exactly 500. I mean, what sort of 2K real life Atlanta Hawk bullshit is this? That's ridiculous. Not a good first season. 500 on the dot, 41-41. Quite literally the most Atlanta Hawks thing ever. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is your MVP. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year. Cam Thomas, 6th man. Anthony Davis is your Depoy. Şengün, most improved. I hope he's okay soon. God damn it, dude. I hate injuries. Steph Curry, Clutch Player of the Year. Steve Kerr, Head Coach of the Golden State Warriors, is the Coach of the Year. Yeah, I mean, again, you can run, you can hide. You cannot outrun 500 here as a member of the Atlanta Hawks. So we are going to be in the play-in. Got the Sixers in, I guess, the first round of the play-in. Now, to be fair, 48 wins did take the East, and yeah, 61 over there in the West for the Warriors. I'll be very interested to see how their team looks. But just an interesting, kind of weird season all around. Nikola Jokic was probably close to the MVP conversation with these ridiculous numbers, but an 8 seed's never going to win an MVP, I don't think. Right? What was the seed of Denver the first year Jokic won? Were they a 6 seed? I'm making shit up. Rebounds per game is Jokic, and then assists is also Nikola Jokic. So we are in the play-in. We have the 76ers, as I mentioned. It is Jose Alvarado, Dejounte Murray, Jeremy Grant, Zion Williamson. You got Andre Drummond, Draymond Green coming off the bench. I think we can beat them. Okay, maybe not. Let's just sim this game. And now we have the Washington Wizards here. Winner is the 8 seed, loser is out. So Craig Porter Jr., Anthony Simons, Jimmy Butler, Pascal Siakam, DeAndre Ayton. Pretty talented team right there. And we lose. Out. We are not in the playoffs this year with the best player in the world and a really good surrounding core. Unfortunate, but you know what? It is what it is. It is going to be a Warriors and Cavs finals. Haven't seen this before, and yeah, they were, oh my God. I mean, that 3-point percentage is pretty ugly, but other than that, that is insane. That's insane. That's a bonkers fucking stat line. All right, man. Off-season time. Any Atlanta Hawks retire? Oh, wait. Yes, there was. Oh, Rudy Gay was here. I didn't realize. But nobody who was in the rotation, obviously, it doesn't really matter too much. Blake Griffin also calling it a career draft lottery time. We will technically have a lottery pick because we did not make the playoffs. So let's just see. Are we at 14? We are. So 14th overall pick is definitely not nothing. We do have Quinn Snyder as his head coach, who actually has really good ratings. I don't love Quinn Snyder, but I think he's a solid enough coach, especially with those ratings to 2K, that he can stay. All right, we have 14. We also have 18 from the Hornets. We made that trade for Monte Morris before year kicked off. And yeah, I think at this point we have to consider kind of all of our options. Obviously, we're kind of limited with the moves we can make. We have to be very specific about the players we trade for, but I do think there's at least 1 or 2 upgrades in the work. Okay, we wanted to make a big splash, and we did. We went ahead and picked up Jamal Murray, teaming him back up with Nikola Jokic. I know it's obviously hypothetical, but we sent out Dennis Schroeder, Bojan Bogdanovic, a bunch of draft picks. It was the 2 firsts we had this year and 2 other future first-round picks, including our first-round pick next year. So hopefully we are good, but Jamal Murray, I believe Canadian-born, is definitely going to be a very significant upgrade to this team, and I'm super excited to have him here. So at this point in time, I just want to confirm we do not have any draft picks this year. We do not, so we're going to skip over the draft entirely, heading up team player options, where Anunoby will be entering unrestricted free agency. Definitely want to make sure I get him back. Cannot lose him for nothing. So, yeah, I mean, he has no offers right now. We'll just give him a 4-year deal, and he accepts. Everybody else free to leave, and there might be 1 or 2 more trades. I mean, again, we don't have a ton of assets, so got to be somewhat careful, but I'd like to see if we can maybe make 1 more small upgrade. Okay, we just pulled off a trade with the Milwaukee Bucks, and we made another upgrade. Franz Wagner teaming up with his brother here in Atlanta, and he's going to take over as our new starting small forward. It's really simple. I'm just going to move OG Anunoby to the 2. Not the end of the world, but yeah, at this point, we've completely gone all in. We have basically 0 draft picks left, but we have a very, very talented starting 5. So did not want to risk another shitty season, and at this point, OG Anunoby does go down 2 overalls. Actually, Franz only goes down 1 at shooting guard. OG goes down 2, so I guess might as well. It's a little weird because 6'10 versus 6'7, but it's the NBA in 2024. Who really gives a shit? So Franz Wagner going to be our new starting shooting guard. Now, something that we do have to kind of consider is the fact that we moved a lot of our bench pieces. So we have to find ourselves a new backup power forward and a new backup shooting guard. So hopefully there's some international players here that are decent enough, I guess. Like Gallinari is not my first option. Cedi Osman also here. He's international, right? Yeah, he's from Turkey. Well, it says college Turkey, but, you know, obviously a little bit different. So getting Cedi Osman is obviously a very big addition. I see Vasily Micic is here. Honestly, for 1 season, not the worst thing in the world. So welcome to the team. He's from Serbia, and we're just going to move Nemhard back to the shooting guard spot. All right, man. We are a little bit more top-heavy than we were last season, but very, very nice additions to this team. I'll see you guys at the rotation. Last year absolutely sucked. Nobody likes being 41-41 in the middle tier of the Eastern Conference and basically just being in no man's land. So, this offseason, we made some very significant upgrades to this team. We are completely all in, championship or bust. It is Jamal Murray, Franz Wagner, OG Anunoby, Jonathan Kuminga, Nikola Jokic as our 1 through 5. The bench unit maybe took a few hits, but ultimately, I'm always going to prefer kind of top tier and starting talent over bench guys that are playing 10, 12, 15 minutes a night. So Dylan Brooks still here as our 6th man. You got Nemhard behind him. Mo Wagner remains as their backup center. New additions here in Cedi Osman and Vasily Micic. So excited is kind of the word I'm using right now. Again, I know we are the Atlanta Hawks, so hopefully there's no curse on this franchise or anything like that, but there's not a God's chance in hell we're worse than we were last year. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. Well, we wanted to be better this year, and it's safe to say that we achieved that goal. We went 68-14, and our best player, Nikola Jokic, won an MVP, which is always fantastic. 26 points, 14 rebounds, 10.5 assists. I mean, just out of this world numbers from who I consider the best player in the world. Speaking of Nikola Topic, I'm probably butchering it, is Rookie of the Year. He's a Milwaukee Buck. Jakob Poeltl, 6th Man of the Year. He is in Denver. Victor Wembanyama. Talk about international players. I think that's 4 in a row. Patrick Williams, Most Improved. Ja Morant, Clutch Player of the Year. Quinn Snyder, 68 wins after 41 the year before, is definitely going to take it home, even if there is a lot of talent here. So we are 15 games up on the Chicago Bulls for the 1 seed here in the East. And only 5 games ahead of the defending champs, the Golden State Warriors. So potential finals matchup, we'll find out. Jokic, Murray, Kuminga, Wagner, Anunoby, Brooks, Nemhard, Wagner, and Micic, and I forgot Osman. Rebounds, Jokic, and assists. Guess who? Nikola Jokic. Round 1, we are going to be facing a play-in team this time, which is also very nice. Tyrese Halliburton, Devin Vassell, Aaron Nesmith, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek Lively, got Lonzo Ball, Cody. Okay, that's a very, very talented play-in team there in Detroit. It scares me. Okay, don't do this to me. We're not doing this. Do not. There's just Quinn Snyder, enjoy fucking outer space. That's where I'm sending you. There's just no fucking way that we're losing to that team. They're good. They're not nearly as good as us, and SGA is just dicking down this whole league. Still can't shoot the 3 ball for God knows what reason. But yeah, no, not happening. There's just absolutely no goddamn way that we just got bounced in the first round by a play-in team. That's just, no, not happening, pal. All right, draft lottery, we're not going to have our pick. I don't think we have anybody's pick, to be honest with you. And Celtics, Trailblazers, Suns, Clippers, and Lakers as your top 5. All right, goodbye. I just don't care where you go. Stauffer, come home, my sweet hero. Fuck. Okay, oh, man. The problem is, looking at ratings, like, it probably is Quinn Snyder still, but I don't know if I can bring myself to hire Frank Vogel, but like he might be ratings wise my best option. So you know what, Frank Vogel. I'm just getting punched in the goddamn mouth today. All right, Jacob Underwood. Not even as good as ratings, but you know what? I've had success with you in the past. Welcome to Atlanta. Holy shit. I mean, I don't really even know what to do at this point. I am very much in pain right now, and I'm going to have to live with my decision. So, not going to be drafting anybody. Nemhard coming back. Obviously, we have some big free agents here with Kuminga and Wagner. Very much hoping to get both of them back. And, oh shit, Jamal Murray too. Yeah, everybody right now that we hold very dearly to our hearts on this team are free agents. So let's just go ahead and pay Franz Wagner. Let's pay Jonathan Kuminga. I will wait on Mo Wagner and hope to retain his services after this. So I'm in hell right now, man. I really am. Mo Wagner, 3-year contract. He accepts. All right, holy shit. We obviously had a lot of big names to bring back, which is good. I would like to make some upgrades to this bench unit, specifically the backup point guard spot and the backup power forward spot. So I guess let's just see who our options are here in free agency. I don't really want to bring back Micic, but good God, man. These are not a lot of elite options whatsoever. So I might sign somebody and just be a complete fucking asshole, but yeah, let's just sign Luke Kennard, who I know damn well is not an international player, but we're trading him anyways. Who the hell cares? And let's work on a trade. We're making a trade here with the Miami Heat, and it's going to be one that upgrades our backup power forward spot. Luke Kennard, who I know we just signed just to trade, sue me. And we're sending him over to Miami for Toumani Camara, who was actually born in Belgium. He's going to be an upgrade at our backup power forward spot. Not a significant upgrade, but it is definitely good enough for the final regular season. So I still need to find myself a backup point guard. Worst comes to worst, I'll honestly just go 9-man rotation if I can't do that, because I've spent now probably 15 minutes looking for backup point guard options or shooting guard options, because Nemhard can play either, that are international, that are like anywhere realistic. So if I can't find a deal for Cedi Osman, I am just going to go ahead and call it a day and have a 9-man rotation, because who really cares at this point? So where's Kira Lewis Jr. from? He went to Alabama. Oh, man, I don't know. Din Shitty is American, I'm pretty sure. I just want to confirm that Kira Lewis Jr. is, American, and if he's not, then I will make a trade for him. He's American. Kira Lewis Jr. God damn it, this sucks. All right, I'll try again at the start of year 3. If not, it's going to be a 9-man rotation. 9-man rotation it is. I could not find a trade. I did not want to spend another minute because this has taken way too long. And 9-man rotation. I've had a lot of success with it in the past, and I'm hoping we can have some here. In our final season in Atlanta, Jamal Murray, Franz Wagner, OG Anunoby, Jonathan Kuminga. Nikola Jokic is 1 through 5. Bench unit is going to be led by Andrew Nemhard. Of course, he's playing, I guess, technically 2 backup positions. I'm sure there'll be many different rotations, but I want to get him the most minutes as possible. Dylan Brooks behind him, Mo Wagner in here, and Toumani Camara rounding out this 1 through 9. So, yeah, that's it. I mean, again, this team is absolutely insane. There's no reason that they should have lost in round 1 last year, and I'm hoping for much more success come playoff time this year. See you guys at the end of the final regular season. We were once again very good. We won 65 games this season. Of course, we had a great regular season last year, too, and it didn't mean shit come playoff time. So SGA has won now, I think, 2 straight finals MVPs. He gets a regular season MVP. I mean, it's just his league, and I guess that's the case. Cooper Flagg is a Celtic. He's your rookie of the year. Jaden Hardy is a Buck. He's your 6th man. And Victor Wembanyama once again. Nikola Topic, John Morant, and Jacob Underwood does win Coach of the Year, which is, of course, good, but it's a regular season award for a reason. All right, we are the 1 seed once again here in the Eastern Conference. 60 wins for Memphis. They take the 1 spot over in the West. Here are the numbers on the season. I'm assuming Jokic led pretty much every single category. And again, everything looks great on paper, but I mean, obviously at this point, I'm not terribly worried about paper. So let's get into it. It is us and the New York Knicks here in round 1. Davion Mitchell, Devin Carter, Jimmy Butler, Azar Thompson, Bam Adebayo. Well, Jimmy and Bam together. It's funny. They're playing Jokic and Murray. I don't know. It's kind of cool. All right, let's see what happens here in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. We are currently up 3-0. Good start. Okay, beautiful. We finally won a playoff series. Moving on to the Chicago Bulls. You have Cade Cunningham, Herb Jones, Brandon Miller, LeBron. Holy shit. Much more challenging second round for us here. And oh my God, please do not do this. We are 2-2 right now. We go up 3-2. That's a big one. They force game 7 and we win. Holy shit. Us and the Charlotte Hornets here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Funny enough, they have LaMelo Ball. They have Kyrie Irving, Mark. Holy shit. These fantasy drafts, man. There are a lot of good teams. Get really good really quick. Okay, big battle here. We are up 2-1 at the moment. Up 3-1. We're on to the finals. We're on to the finals to take on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the 2-time defending champion Golden State Warriors, who, I mean, to be honest with you, there's good. There's a lot of talent, but I don't know. I mean, I think we have the best player in the series. Maybe not. I guess SGA has been fantastic, but we're up 3-0. It's a clean sweep. Okay. Thank God. If this team had not won a championship, I would have been so disappointed. It would have been hurt. Pain. That's what it would have been. Pain all around. But no, we get it done in our final season. A little bit of a stressful time throughout this rebuild, but very fun nonetheless. Nikola Jokic's picture makes me laugh every time. He could not look happier to be there, right? No. All right, man, this video's been long enough. I know damn well I've been recording for way too long today, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below. That, of course, be awesome. Any other video ideas down below, let me hear. So that's it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all on the next one.